All right, before we get started, I'm going to show you guys how to do the prom, but the first thing is disconnect the battery. This is electronic, it's with the computer system, so I suggest you disconnect the battery before beginning to actually unplug the ECM. All right, folks, I've had a few people ask me about the prom that I've been talking about, the stage 1 chip. They call it a prom for these. So I'm going to show you how you get into it, what numbers or letters you need to send to the company so you get the proper prom. Like I mentioned in my other video, I ordered one thinking it was for mine. It wasn't right. It's based off what's inside your ECM. So first you're gonna take out the inner part of the glove box, and I always keep this in there for quick access, but you're basically gonna need a 7mm nut driver. And this is a really simple upgrade. I had someone ask me about the TBI spacer. Well, the TBI spacer just gives you a little bit more better air fuel mixture before it enters into the ignition point. So the prom is what really gives you, if you do any types of mods, it's going to self-adjust itself to give you better gas mileage, output, takeoff. One asked about the RPMs. There is a noticeable difference with the prom. If you're getting on it, I've gotten up to about maybe 4,100 RPM before it shifts, so you get a little bit more performance out of that. So once you get this out, it's real simple. I mean, this is your ECM, and it's inside there. You're going to have two plugs here that you just need to unplug these. There's one. And this one, not too hard. When you got somebody with littler hands, you can sometimes get your kid in here and they can pull it out. Sometimes it's easier for me to actually start pulling this out. So there's no screws holding this in. I don't know if you can see down in here, but it's just these like little retaining clips. And then there's two nubs that go in the sidewall. So really you just gotta get this popped off. And then you can get to this one a little bit easier. Let me switch hands here. Let me tuck this one under. Kind of hard doing with one hand. Let me use my other one. There we go. So we pull that out. And then this comes right out. Okay. Oh, it's already got dirty. All right, so now that you got it out, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You just have these two nubs, and they kind of fit down in that hole there, and there's a hole back there. And then you just really basically just have these two clips. So other than taking the glove box out, there's no tools needed until you get ready to take the prom out. Okay, now that you got it out, make it a little easier to put it on the seat here. So now to get these two little screws out, you're gonna go with your quarter nut driver. And of course, it's always good to just use the little cup holders built in there. Sorry, I'm doing this all with one hand, so bear with me. Okay, now that you got this out, so this is what the Jet Performance chip looks like. This is the actual original prom. So I'll show you what to do. Pull that out like that. Push that out. So there you go. So originally it's in here like this. Okay, so you're gonna take it out and then you're gonna plug your Jet Performance into it. And this is the number right here, guys and girls, that you need to give them, the BDJZ. Once you tell them that, it's better to go ahead and call them. They're at Jet Performance, and give them that specific prom, and then they'll definitely send you the right one, okay? Originally, it goes in here like this, so you're gonna wanna line up those edges there. The directions tell you, it's pretty straightforward, but you're basically gonna line up the little slot there with the slot in the original prom here. And then you got the pins that go in, so be careful. You don't wanna bend any of those. So those pins just go right down into the old prom, and then this becomes your new chip. And then putting it in, you just line up this black one again. Be careful to
not mess up any of the, and when you push down, yep. I gotta do this with two hands. I gotta put that back on. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this holding the camera, but I'm gonna push it back down on there. There, and then when you push it back in, these little tabs come right back up. If they don't come back up, you ain't got it in right. So just be careful with those little connectors. You don't want to bend one of those. And then you just put your thing back on, throw it back in the glove box, hook up the wiring, and you're good to go. It might take a little bit, maybe about, I think 10, 15, maybe 20 miles for the ECM to read the prom and kind of adjust all the fuel air mixture, and then your oxygen sensors, your idle air controls, all that. So it's really good for these TBI engines because, as we know, TBI's wasn't the greatest design, but it is halfway between carbureted and fuel injected, so it's a little bit better gas mileage. This will definitely improve. I maybe got 2-3 miles a gallon extra. So running on regular 87 octane, I still get about 12.5 miles a gallon. So I think that's either at or above factory specs from brand new. So if you have any questions on this, like I said, I mentioned it and I've had people ask me about it, so I just went ahead and pulled it out. It's a really simple process to just pull this out from behind the dashboard, put that prom in, and good to go. The biggest thing is call Jet Performance with that prom number, so you get the right one on the first time. Nothing stinks in pulling it all out, putting the chip in, putting everything back together, and then truck not run right. And you got to pull it back out, call them anyway. So just go ahead and do that up front. Make sure you're getting the right one, and you should be good to go. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope it answered some of your questions. You liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Got any more comments? See my other videos too that I did on the truck. Appreciate all the feedback. Yeah, everyone, I'm back real quick just to put in here. I did notice as I was trying to put this back in, because it goes in this way, so it's upside down. But if you turn it around, here's the code that you need to give them that's on the prom. So technically you don't have to pull this whole thing out and open this and pull it all out. You can actually get it right there if you can read it from when it's in here. So hopefully maybe your sticker is right side up, but when it's in here, you should be able to read these last four up here, BDJZ, and that was my number I had to give Jet Performance. I thought I'd throw that in there. It might be a little bit easier, but at least you have the video of how to get it out and how to actually put the chip in with the old prom. So that might be a quicker solution. I wish I knew that earlier when I ordered it, but if you can read it from inside there, once I get this back in there, I'll see if I can see it, and then you don't even have to pull it all out to give those letters to the company. All right. Hope that was helpful. Back in, I think you'll find it easier if you just kind of stick the front end in and get that blue one in first. This red one's pretty easy to get in once you get it clipped, but this blue one's a little tough. So just kind of angle it like this, get that blue one pushed on, and then go ahead and try to find those little nubs. It's not too tricky, but you just got to play with it a little bit. And then you make sure those pins get up underneath the metal plate. Come on, buddy, work for me here. There we go. There, so now it's back in. It's not moving anywhere, and then you can just come back in here and trying to see this while filming. It's not as easy as it looks. And doing it with one hand. There, so you get the red one in there. There you go, good to go. So yeah, you can clearly see that BDJZ. So I guess just take out your glove box, see what letters you got there, give them that, and you'll get the right prom every time. All right, hope that helps everybody. Have a good one.